Our military is very, very strong. You may want to say something about the large fleet of ships that's heading over to the Middle East.
Amid growing speculation that the United States may launch a war in the near future, Iran has unveiled what it claims is a vast network of underwater missile tunnels, signaling a dramatic new layer to its deterrent strategy. Iranian officials asserted that these subsea missile tunnels are capable of housing hundreds of long-range cruise missiles, suggesting that they could unleash sustained salvos against enemy targets far beyond their shores. The claim about this underwater network was reported by the New Arab on January 28, which cited multiple Iranian state media accounts as the source of the dramatic revelations. Iranian state television even aired a guided tour of one such tunnel, with IRGC Navy Commander Alireza Tangsiri personally walking cameras through the facility to showcase its capabilities. The timing of the revelation coincided with renewed Iranian threats to shut the Strait of Hormuz if the country is attacked, underlining how central this choke point is to Tehran's leverage. Around 1/5 of global oil trade is estimated to pass through the Strait of Hormuz every single day, making any disruption their potential shock to the world economy. Footage of Iran's undersea complex showed long rows of rockets and missile canisters lined up and apparently prepared for launch, reinforcing the message that these tunnels are operational, not merely conceptual. Tangsiri declared that the IRGC Navy now possesses a wide and integrated network of missile tunnels beneath the sea, giving Iran hidden launch positions across key maritime approaches. He said these tunnels were specifically developed to confront and threaten U.S. naval vessels operating in the Persian Gulf and the nearby Sea of Oman, turning local waters into a potential kill zone. The IRGC Navy commander added that the tunnels are stocked with cruise missiles boasting ranges of more than 1,000 kilometers, allowing Iran to strike targets deep across the region. Tangsiri highlighted one such weapon, the Qaida-380L missile, which he said was built by the IRGC Navy and has a range exceeding 1,000 kilometers, reinforcing Iran's long-reach strike capabilities. According to Iranian claims, the Qaida-380L also features smart guidance systems that allow it to track its targets continuously until impact, improving accuracy against moving ships. As the US appears to be positioning itself for a possible conflict, Tehran may be using the Strait of Hormuz and its missile tunnel network as a powerful bargaining chip in any negotiations or standoff. IRGC officer Abbas stated that Iran enjoys air, surface, and subsurface dominance in and around the Strait of Hormuz, portraying the waterway as effectively under Iranian control. He said the security of the strait ultimately depends on decisions made in Tehran, a comment reported by the New Arab that sounded very much like a warning to foreign powers. Abbas also claimed that Iran can track ships under different national flags moving through the area, a veiled threat likely aimed at Western and allied commercial and naval vessels. The IRGC has warned that if war is imposed on Iran, its response will be more decisive and punishing than ever before, hinting at large-scale missile and naval operations. Tehran has repeatedly said that any of Washington's Arab allies who allow their soil to be used for attacks on Iran would themselves be treated as hostile parties and legitimate targets. In response, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have told Iran and the US that they will not permit American forces to launch strikes on Iran from their territory, attempting to stay out of the direct line of fire. On January 29, the US president said that very big, very powerful ships were currently sailing toward Iran, in a clear attempt to project strength and deterrence. Hinting at the possibility of a diplomatic off-ramp, Donald Trump added that it would be great if we didn't have to use them, suggesting he still hopes pressure might lead to a deal.
Our military is very, very strong. You may want to say something about the large fleet of ships that's heading over to the Middle East.
Well, Mr. President, you had to, like so many other cabinet members have referenced, rebuild the perception of America. And at the Department of War, that meant reestablishing deterrence. What happened in Afghanistan, what happened in Ukraine, a war that never would have occurred, what happened on October 7th in Israel, never would have happened under President Trump. So as a result, we're having to rebuild how our enemies perceive us. And when President Trump said, we're not getting a nuclear, Iran, you won't have a nuclear bomb, he meant it. And we sent those B-2s halfway around the world, and they never noticed. When he said, we're not going to tolerate trafficking drugs anymore in our hemisphere, we treat them like the Al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere, he meant it, and we're executing that. When you said, Mr. President, we're securing the border, the military was proud to do their part alongside Homeland Security to do that. Same thing with Iran right now. ensuring that they have all the options to make a deal. They should not pursue nuclear capabilities. We will be prepared to deliver whatever this president expects of the War Department, just like we did this month. No other military in the world could have executed the most sophisticated, powerful raid, not just in American history, I would say in world history. What those men did going downtown, another country, the most secure place in the most secure base in the middle of the night without anybody knowing until those simultaneous bombs dropped 3 minutes before the helicopters dropped. No other country could coordinate that. No other president would have been willing to empower those warriors that way to be that effective. And that sends a message to every capital around the world that when President Trump speaks, he means business, and we are reestablishing deterrence at the War Department, Mr. President.
Thank you. Great job you're doing. Just to finish up on that, the Somalian pirates over the years have, they're going to get hit. But also we added to the list the Somalian pirates that go out on a boat, similar type boat, actually not quite as fast, not quite as nice as you can imagine, but they get the same missile that we give to the people that are bringing drugs. And so far we haven't seen anybody going out. So the traffic is not being interfered with by people pirating our ships. Not our ships, ships all over the world. I said, make it for any country. We're doing the rest of the world a favor. It's a very effective favor, but we see very little pirating nowadays. You used to have ships being taken every single, like 2 or 3 a week, these massive ships that be brought in to some place in Somalia, which I don't even know is it a country. We have Ilhan Omar left, and then she gives us lectures on the Constitution of the United States. These people are, what they've done to rip off our country is terrible, but the pirating has essentially stopped. They know that if anybody even makes a move toward a ship, they get the ultimate treatment. They will go to wherever they want to go, but it's probably not going to be to heaven. I can't imagine, but they get hit very hard, just like a drug dealer, just like the boats, the ships that are coming in, every boat that comes in. So I just wanted to let you know that, and Pete's been totally authorized to do that, and they know it's going to happen, and it seems that all of that brisk business that they had has been stopped in its right in its foot. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. My cabinet has been amazing. I like this much better than going around for 3 hours.
This latest warning came just days after the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln arrived in the Middle East, significantly boosting U.S. naval firepower in the region. In turn, Iran reportedly deployed its Fatih and Ghadir-class submarines to counter the U.S. carrier group, signaling that it is ready to confront American ships below the surface. Tehran also released an IRGC-generated propaganda video depicting Iranian missiles shattering the USS Abraham Lincoln into 2 pieces, a symbolic message meant to underscore the threats behind its rhetoric.